So the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer beta is finally here. I've played roughly 3 hours of it now, so I think I have a good enough grasp on how I feel about it, enough to make a first impressions review video. Now obviously this isn't going to be a really in-depth review because we still have more to play with the beta. I haven't seen everything there is to see, I haven't used every gun, haven't used all the attachments. I will make more videos on that later on, but this one we're just going to go over my positives and negatives of this beta, the things I liked, the things I didn't like. The first thing in my positives is that the colors are vibrant. Thank God Infinity Ward finally learned to have some good colors. I mean, Infinite Warfare I thought was a pretty colorful game, but it's been kind of well known that a lot of Infinity Ward games tend to have more grays and browns and just colors that aren't very good to look at. Like, they have good graphics, like Modern Warfare 2019 is a stunning game, but it's ugly to look at for players like myself who like more colorful and vibrant maps. Thankfully, this game is vibrant, the guns are vibrant, the maps are vibrant. It doesn't have to have a lot of different colors, but as long as the colors pop at you, and if you look at grass and it actually looks green, then I'm going to be happy. I don't want to look at grass and for it to basically be like a brownish gray type color like I did in a lot of other CODs. This game actually looks really good. The graphics obviously are stunning. I'm playing on the PS5, this game plays on the PS5, it looks stunning, the animations are great, the feel is also really great, it's really satisfying to kill people in this game, it's a really satisfying Call of Duty experience, all of that is really solid, and for a beta to be like that is really impressive because normally betas feel a little bit more clunkier. This game does not really feel that clunky, so that is a huge positive. Another big positive is that the maps are actually pretty good. Both of these things are a big surprise to me because, again, Infinity Ward, I'm used to not really liking their maps that much. Now, not to say I've always hated their maps. Again, Infinite Warfare, I thought I loved a lot of their maps in that game. And Ghost had a couple of solid maps. Obviously, the old classic Modern Warfares, those were years ago, but they had some good maps here and there. But like Modern Warfare 2019, I did not like the map design in that game. I thought most of the maps were not very good. And it's not because they don't have talent, it's because they were designing them in a different way. They wanted the maps to be more complex, they wanted them to be a bit bigger, they wanted them to be a little bit more campier with safe spaces, but this doesn't really feel that way. These maps actually feel like they were designed for an arcade shooter experience, especially the Mexico map as well as Farm 18. Those two maps are really solid. It's more than anything, the Mexico map, I forget the name of it, but it's a really solid map. I really love it. It reminds me of Seaside from Black Ops 4, but the museum map is not very good. That's the only map in the game I don't like so far, only because it's too big. It has a decent design to it, it looks gorgeous, but it's a bit too big for 6v6, unfortunately, and actually they just announced like 30 minutes ago that they're actually removing that map and replacing it with a different map that's going to be in a hotel or something like that, so I guess they probably know people aren't going to like museum and they might fix it, change it, I'm not sure, but currently not a big fan of that map, but the other two maps, great. And if more than half the maps are great, then I'm happy. That's all I really need to be happy. So definitely very impressed with the map design for those two maps, and I'm hoping the rest of the game kind of feels that way as well. Score streaks, thank the Lord there are actually score streaks in this game, but I do have some negatives to say about score streaks because it's not perfect. The system is not perfect at all. There are still some issues with the streak system in this game, and I will talk about that in the negatives, but I'm just glad we have score streaks, and I'm glad they're very good. The ones I've used so far are really powerful, and I'm enjoying it. They, of course, also have kill streaks in the game. You can toggle between the two at your own, at whatever you want, at your own pleasure. Whatever you want to use, you can use. That's kind of how it is. But I have some negatives about that system that I'll talk about in the cons. Another thing is that we have dolphin diving and sliding in this game, and I do like how it feels very easy to do. You can switch between dolphin diving and sliding pretty easily, and it's not like annoying sliding and dolphin diving. Like, sliding used to be kind of really annoying in some recent CODs where it's like really useful, but it's not as useful anymore, so people aren't really abusing it as much, so I kind of like that. And last thing I want to say for the positives, the new perk system. I actually was not sure how I felt about this when I first saw it. I was like, that's kind of dumb, but I kind of like it in practice. And the reason why I like it is because some perks are better than others. I think that's pretty obvious, and they found a way to balance that out by making it so some perks you can't get right away, and the more powerful ones are the ones that you can't get right away. You have to actually get some kills first and wait a little bit into the match before you can earn the better perks, and you're rewarded for being better at the game to earn those perks. You have to, the more kills you get, the faster you earn the perks during the game, kind of like how specialists were, where the faster you get kills, the faster you earn them. Now, of course, once you get the perk, you have the rest of the game, but I kind of think it's an interesting feature, and I hope they do more with it, but currently I'm happy with it, and I do like where it's at. So yeah, that's the last positive I have. I'm sure there's more things I can think of, but they're all minor things that I don't think really affect the game to a great degree. These are the things that I think matter the most to me currently though. First things first, time to kill is too fast. Now, I know some of these things I'm going to talk about in the negatives, I know probably won't be changed. I know time to kill most likely will not be changed, but I just don't like having a fast time to kill, and it feels really fast in this game. Thank God I like a lot of other things about the game, because if I didn't like other things about the game, I would be ready to drop it. I would be ready to really not care about this game, but because there are a lot of positives, I do have hope that I'll at least enjoy it, but the time to kill does hold it back. I really hoped for a much slower time to kill, and obviously I'm not expecting Infinity Ward to do a really slow time to kill, because they don't usually do that, but I would still prefer that. I would prefer, honestly, I would love if it was like a Cold War time to kill situation, but I just don't see that happening, so I'm going to hope it's at least a little bit slower. Something like COD World War II, I think I'd be happy with that. That would have like more of a medium time to kill. It just feels too fast in this game. Also, sprint out times are a bit too slow. They're not crazy slow, but they're slow enough to the point where I'd prefer they were sped up a little bit. I want this game to be as fast paced as it can be, and the movement feels slightly fast paced, so I'm okay with that, but I just really would prefer if even the sprint out times were really fast, because I don't want it to be like the situation where you're punished for rushing. I don't like being punished for rushing. I think that's just not a very good idea. No classic minimap. We don't have your traditional minimap here. We obviously have a minimap, but it doesn't show the red dots of enemy fire at all. It doesn't show it, which is dumb. I think a lot of people would agree with me. Hopefully that changes. They do have a perk that gives you it, but I don't think that fixes the problem. I don't want that. Can we go back to the OG minimap, please? That'd be really nice. No dead silence as a perk as well. It's a field upgrade. It should be a perk. Simple as that. Footsteps are really loud in this game as well. They definitely need to be lowered a little bit, but adding dead silence would help things out a lot, because it, again, discourages rushing when you have really loud footsteps. Gunsmith. I like Gunsmith, I do, but why can't they merge it with pick 10? Why can't they do some sort of a pick 15, pick 16, whatever sort of a system where you include all these crazy gunsmith stuff, but with also letting me use less perks for more attachments or more attachments for less perks? And let me get rid of my secondary, let me get rid of my equipment, let me do all those things, but they don't really bother with that anymore. We haven't seen a system like that since Black Ops 4, and I don't really get why. I really want to see return of pick 10 again with a hybrid with Gunsmith, but they still haven't done it, unfortunately, so that's something. Mounting is back, and I'm not happy about that. I don't like how you are basically rewarded for sitting in place, and you get perfect accuracy, and you can just, it's annoying. I don't like mounting. It should be out of the game. It should only be in Warzone, but unfortunately, it's back in multiplayer. And now on to the score streak rant, because yes, there are still problems with the score streak system in this game, even though I'm glad they have it. It's definitely better than not having any score streaks at all, but here are the problems. So first of all, the fact that kill streaks are the default, most people are probably going to use them anyways, because score streaks are harder to earn in this game. At least they feel like they are. So I think most people are probably going to stick to kill streaks. So the whole reason I wanted score streaks is so people play the objective more. I don't think this is really going to fix that, because most people are going to use kill streaks anyways. So we're going to have a situation where, you know, people aren't going to play the objective regardless of there being an option for it. I like having the option, so I play the objective, but it's still a little annoying that most people probably aren't, because they're going to use kill streaks anyway. So I would prefer if score streaks were the only thing and there was no kill streaks, but whatever. It's still, again, like I said, it's better than nothing. Another thing, score streaks, they don't wrap. Now, they usually do. Score streak systems usually allow you to wrap streaks, but because kill streaks usually don't do that, they just decided that they'll make it so both of them don't let you wrap. But they both should. You should be able to wrap kill streaks and score streaks. I hate the fact that when I'm, you know, at my top streak, I've earned them all, and I'm still alive, I can't keep earning them. I should be able to. I should be rewarded for staying alive a long time, but now I don't feel like I am, because once I get that high streak, I have no incentives to stay alive any longer. Yeah, you can go for a nuke, but I don't usually go for nukes anyways, and most people probably aren't going to get nukes, but they still want a reason to stay alive, to maybe get like another UAV or something. Like, I used to love running just UAV and like counter UAV, and just going through the two of those as fast as you can. I love doing that, but you can't do that anymore, because you earn them, then you're done. Done for that life. Please, Infinity Ward, that's one of the biggest things I want to be changed for this game. Let us wrap kill streaks, or score streaks, both. Let us wrap them, please. Please. And also, if you earn two of them, and like, if you, let's say you already have one and you haven't used it yet and you earn another one, it should not replace that one. It should let you stack them. It lets you stack as many. I would prefer that. I don't know if you can do that in this game. I actually haven't tested that, but I'm assuming they don't let you, because they usually don't. So Let me know if that's a thing. I'm not sure, but the wrapping thing I know is not possible in this game, which again, like I said, is dumb. So now I'm going to say a couple of smaller negatives that aren't that big of a deal. They're not like game breaking, but they're still kind of annoying and I would like for them to be changed. Obviously the usual, like there's bugs and glitches in the beta. No shit, my game crashed once. Obviously those things are going to get patched. They're obviously getting worked on. But here's some other things. No deaths on the scoreboard again. Why? I miss having deaths on the scoreboard so much. I like that Cold War and Black Ops 4 had it, even though it wasn't like a, you know, your traditional scoreboard system, but you could still see your deaths. I want to be able to see my deaths in every single mode, not just some modes. Every single mode should have deaths on the scoreboard at all times. Don't wait to show me at the end of the game. I want to see how many deaths I have during the entire match. I know why they don't do it, but I think it's stupid. Show my deaths 24/7 every single mode. At the very least, do it for some of the modes. Like TDM should have deaths on the scoreboard during the game, but they don't. It's kind of dumb. So hopefully that gets changed. The Gunsmith UI is not very intuitive. I have played for 3 hours and I still am confused when I'm going through the Gunsmith. There's so much to it and I just don't think they designed it very well. I don't think there was much of a thought into like what would be like easy to select, how it would be easy to get around this menu. I think it's a bit clunky, and a lot of people are saying that even just the normal menu itself, the UI is kind of all over the place, so hopefully they adjust those things a little bit. And this is a weird one. This last one is a really weird thing. They reuse Modern Warfare 2019 music in the multiplayer. There's some new music, but there's also some tracks literally stripped right from Modern Warfare 2019 used in this game. Now, it's good music, don't get me wrong, but I don't like that. I don't like when they reuse music, and they don't really do it that often. Like, I rarely have, I don't think there's ever been a case where a multiplayer has used music from another Call of Duty game. They always get new music. There might be the case of it's the beta, so maybe they haven't finished all the music yet, so they're just still working on it. I don't know. Or maybe they don't want us to hear the music yet. I don't know, but it's just so weird hearing the Modern Warfare 2019 music in the game. I know it's the same, like it's a sequel, so it makes sense to maybe bring back some music, but I don't like that. I like when it has its own soundtrack, its own flavor completely, and I would prefer if they had all the music be original to this game rather than reusing anything from any other game. So that is my last negative. Those are all the things I have to talk about for this beta. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'm going to stream it more over on YouTube and my Twitch. My Twitch link's in the description. Go follow me on Twitch so you can check out the streams that I'll probably be doing later tonight as well as tomorrow. And I'm really excited to play more of it because, like I said, I'm having a good time. It's a good, solid beta. I definitely like it more than I liked Vanguard's beta or even Modern Warfare 2019's beta, so that's a big positive. Probably not more than Cold War's beta though, but I definitely am having a good time with it. There's just a couple problems that I'm not a big fan of. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.